keep this YouTube friendly. I won't talk about going down on Jennifer Love Hewitt as a last wish and whether or not it's worth getting cancer for that. And Armed Peaceful Militias, which is a video I just did for Bitchute, which is probably not YouTube friendly. So if you enjoy some spicier content, which might be offensive, if I'm being perfectly honest, Bitchute is probably your girl. All right, so this video is about the Zack Synder toxic fan base thing, but you know, he's probably pretty ugly, and the article doesn't, I mean, the article is just an article on bounding into comics. Jennifer Love Hewitt in this amazing role of Heartbreakers, I think it was 2001, with Sigourney Weaver. Forget the other guys in it. The guy who was, was in Clerks, I think, or no, is it? I don't know. It was an excellent, kind of a silly movie, but had some fun scenes in it. Anyway, so Zack Synder, toxic fan base. He defends the toxic fan base. There are no fans. There are only customers. Customers are people who want to exchange money with you for a product. Be polite with your customer. Find out what he wants. Endeavor to supply him with it in exchange for money. Usually it's some form of silly bread and circuses in the form of entertainment. The customer isn't toxic. If he criticizes your work, either he's going to pay for your product or he won't. If he doesn't, then you need to find out why. Twitter is dangerous to marketing because companies see this extreme left, very vocal group of insane Twitter addicts who are mostly wine-drinking single cat moms who are loudly clamoring for more POC and gay characters. But the companies must remember that these lovely feminists, 300 pounds, don't represent the majority of the audience. If you cater to these obese feminists, you'll destroy your industry. Ignore people who say focus only on what people do. You want what? Ignore what people say. Focus only on what people do. Where they actually put their money is what I'm trying to say. You want to know what the majority of your audience wants? Turn on those Lifetime or Hallmark channels. Yes, I know it's TV made for idiots, but women love it. Probably shouldn't have said that. Can I save that statement? Probably not. Women want the good-looking guy on the farm who's also a successful writer. You know, I'm actually think I'm pretty safe making a joke at women who I love expense, because I don't think there's a single woman who's going to listen to this. Like, literally, if you're the one female who's listening to this, let me know in the comments. I will watch my mouth from now on. I do love women. Now, men want helicopter gunships. So the perfect blockbuster would be like Commando from the 80s, but with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's like rescuing a hot single mom's kid. So they team up and have to 69 each other to survive. Stop listening to the Twitterits. There are not enough of them to support your industry. Look at the bookstores back when we had them. If there's a gay section or LGBT, blah, 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 the BLT section, it's pretty small. It's bigger than you think because the gays actually do read more than average, but it's not like half the store. Look at the books that account for the greatest percentage of sales in terms of money for women. Hetero romance, maybe some adventure, but with a strong romantic component. Guys want helicopter, gunships, and tits and ass. If I ever write comics, I will include 20mm cannons and 69 in every episode. Producers of normie content need to not let the perpetually outraged vocal few on Twitter control the narrative. They don't show up when it's time to buy the product. Charlie's Angels should have had women lining up to support it. They stayed home. It stars 4 women and has a woman director, Elizabeth Banks. It bombed because it didn't have 3 hot chicks like the earlier films. It had 3 chicks that looked like, I said something unfortunate here. I'll say women who enjoy tuna. The earlier films had either white girls or honorary white girls, i.e. Asian. Lucy Liu, I think. That is a huge draw for people, which might not be politically correct, but it is what it is. The latest film had 3 women with 0 sex appeal. And to all the liars that say how hot they were, you're lying, because the theaters were empty. The film probably lost $75 million. That is a lot of money, even for the, I'll say, even for Hollywood. No, it's not franchise fatigue, as some shill reviewers try to explain all these woke films that lost money. It's woke fatigue. But reviewers won't be honest, because if they do, they'll be attacked on social media. Some reviewer, he says he's a 60-year-old gay guy, and who didn't even say anything that serious. He said, loosely, he said something, but the actress interpreted it as saying that she wasn't hot enough to play the hot chick in the film called The Promising Young Woman, which sounds like a chick's flick, and like, you'd have to put a gun to my head to make me watch it. Yeah, I saw The Notebook, but my girlfriend was right there, so that's why I saw The Notebook. He had to backpedal, and Ass Kiss or Variety would have just fired him. He's never going to give an honest review again, and I don't think they're going to fire him, because if they do, it will make the actress who said that kind of look like, holy shit, that's literally cancel culture. Like, she got him fired. Well, freedom from speech is not freedom from consequences. Then it's not free speech, is it? Black Panther was a very mediocre movie that talked about, should I make this politically correct for YouTube? Fuck it. Racism, basketball, and slavery. It was a parody of itself, but all the reviewers praised it because they didn't want to get fired. So you can't rely on Twitter or professional reviewers. And really, what is a professional reviewer? Somebody who has a website that they paid $50 a year for. That's it. That's a professional reviewer. Only when people are anonymous will they give you an honest opinion. Honesty isn't toxic. That is just a control term used by Marxists to control your thinking. It might be worth getting a touch of cancer to go down on her for an hour. If you criticize a film and you say the actor's too fat, you'll get accused of body shaming. Okay, but that doesn't make me buy a ticket to watch a fat actress. Actresses should be skinny and sexy. That doesn't make me toxic. That term is meaningless. I want to see hot pieces of ass run around in lingerie. You must respect my life choices, or else you're a racist. Take any actor in any leading role. Have everyone on the set lose 10 pounds. Get those cheekbones popping. You will sell more tickets. There is no body acceptance when it comes to sex appeal. Either, if you're a man, you're hard, and if you're a woman, you're wet. It's either, on or off. Lena Dunham can't play the hot chick because hot chicks aren't 200 pounds. The Superman guy that Star Wars girl creams herself over, he has a six-pack, cheekbones, and a jawline. That equals ticket sales and probably wet seats. Don't let the Marxist, wine-drinking, single cat moms dictate what you want. Use their manipulative techniques against them. These multisyllabic words are not my friend. Say you identify as someone who loves skinny girls. That is your sexual preference. Don't sex shame me, bro. And, I don't care if I ever see another film from Hollywood. It's a one-way journey for woke Hollywood. You're never going to see a 77 Star Wars again or 86 Ghostbusters ever. You can abandon all hope. If you see black and white characters in a film, you know that the white is going to be the antagonist. And I'm going to talk about these Omni comics a little bit later. They did 10 series, 10 issues. I think I was reading it on a Kindle, and if it didn't cost me $100, I would have harmed it. I would say it's unbelievably stupid, but no, it's all too believably stupid. Maybe I'll do that later this afternoon. Omni, you can find it online. I'm not saying sail the high seas. Of course, pay full price for it. It's totally worth the $4. Where's it going with this? I only say that because it's every single time. Hollywood is the land of statistical improbabilities happening every single time. And I was going to use a brutal example. How do I say this? Every struggle snuggle scene you've ever seen in a movie, and I know that Cecil and the Star Wars girl, I guess, have a fetish where they enjoy those type of scenes. That's all I'll say about that. Very strange people. If you see those scenes, it's all a gang of white men who are doing those violent acts. how do I say this? Check out the FBI crime stats. It's actually not that group of people who do those things. So, like, why does Hollywood show it? Like, every single, you can go through the past 50 years of films. It's like, why do they show that? It's a good question. I don't think I'm going to be on YouTube for too much longer. So check me out on Bitchute and Odyssey, and check out all these other, like, if you're CG or FM, Phantom Menace, Confiscate. I don't think I think you're on thin ice also. You probably want to, it wouldn't hurt to, like, do a super Dlive live stream just to get people used to alternative platforms. Get on Gab, Odyssey, BitChute. Just start throwing your stuff up there. It doesn't take a few minutes, and it's, it's free. I don't think anyone is as safe on YouTube as they used to be. And if you're making a living from it, you want to, like, definitely diversify your portfolio in terms of outreach. And BitChute